Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Ethical Cruise. I am back again with a new topic today, and today I will be discussing about file upload vulnerability. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, I'll discuss what is a file upload vulnerability. Nowadays, we are using a number of websites. If I take an example, let's suppose Facebook or any other social media website where we are maintaining different users. So every users can basically update their profile, can upload their images and all onto their social profile. Okay, this is like we have one example of social media. Now in every website, basically in every domain, we are using different different file upload functionalities, whether we want to upload our documents for verification purpose or to maintain it onto some server or something like that. So use cases are different, but everywhere we are basically uploading a file. Okay, so when a web server basically allows us to upload file to its file system, and it does not have any check, or it is having some check but the security measures which are taken are very less, then basically we can call it as a file upload vulnerabilities. Okay, so it is a type of a server side attack because we are uploading malicious file onto servers, and then we are trying to exploit the server to basically take control over that server. Okay, so what it does, it allows us users to upload malicious executable files that can enable remote code execution. So remote code execution is basically an end target where attacker try to get a full control over the server to get the access of that particular server. Okay, next let's see what's the impact of this file upload vulnerability. Okay, so whenever we are uploading any file, if there are not if the checks are not proper, then an attacker can basically overwrite the existing files also. Let's suppose if there is a file name abc.php file, and if a user is trying to upload a file with the same name, and if the checks are not present, proper checks are not present, then the user can basically overwrite the existing file abcd.php with a new file, so the content of that file will be overwritten. Okay, so this was an image file. Similarly, it can be basically extended to any other different file also. Okay, second impact can be like whenever we are uploading a file, if the attacker can upload a malicious file, then it can take complete system takeover. If the attacker is able to upload a malicious file and able to execute that malicious file over to server, then taking system takeover will be very much easy. Next impact can be if server is susceptible to direct traversal vulnerability, then it can lead to uploading files at unanticipated locations. So whenever we are uploading a file, server basically allow us to upload the file to a particular location. But if there are direct traversal vulnerability also present, then attacker can try to upload a file at a different location present on the server and can execute their malicious code there. So this is like a chain of attacks which can be done by attacker if the defense is not a if proper defense is not in place basically. Okay, also it can lead to a DDoS attack if there are no filtering in terms of file sizes and all. So attacker can try to upload a large amount of file, and it can basically crash down your server and can lead to DDoS attack. So these are different impacts which can happen whenever we are trying to upload a file, and that file upload functionality is having some vulnerability which attacker is trying to exploit. Okay, next let's see if we are trying to exploit any unrestricted file upload vulnerability. Okay, so like we talked about, like if we are trying to upload a file, what's the first impact can be it can overwrite an existing file. And when prevent this overwriting of existing file, what developers try to implement some common checks which are there. Like first of all, it developers try to randomize the uploaded file with a new file name. So whatever file name you are trying to upload, let's suppose you are uploading mountains dot jpeg file. Okay, so after getting uploaded to server, developers can basically randomize it to change the name from mountains to some random character, some random arbitrary string, so that it will be harder to guess what was the actual file which was uploaded. Okay, also the second thing which can be done is like appending date time to that file. So let's suppose if you're uploading a file at a current time xyz, and after 2 minutes you are uploading a second file, so both the files will be different file, because the file name will be having a date time as well. So because of that, file name will be different, and we can prevent overwriting our existing file which we uploaded earlier. Okay, similarly we can have a check for existing file which is present, and if we are trying to upload a new file with the same file name or something, we can just discard the new uploaded file because the file already exists with the same name. Okay, now also we can have some file permissions in place. That what that file permissions will basically help us to keep the file in check, like if there is some critical file already present in onto a server, and if we are trying to upload a file with the same name or some same type, so file permissions will not allow that to basically overwrite the existing file. Okay, so these are different checks which we can have in place to avoid overwriting the existing file. Okay, so let's try to see it, like if these checks are not present, how we can easily overwrite an existing file to upload our new image file onto top of that. Okay, so let's start. We are having this particular website, and what we will do, we'll try to upload a file and we'll try to overwrite an existing file basically. Okay, so we are seeing a background image here. Let's try to open this background image, and we can see that this background image is having a name as mountains, and the extension which is getting used is jpg. Okay, so we'll try it. What we'll do, we'll try to upload a different file with the same mountains name and with the same extension jpg. Okay, so first let's download a file. Let's suppose ocean. I'll save as mountains.jpg. I'm saving it in downloads folder, clicking on save. Now going to this website again, clicking on select file, going to downloads, clicking on this mountain.jpg and just clicking on upload. Okay, now if I'll refresh it, we can see a background image has been changed, because what we did, we just overrode the mountains.jpg with a new file having the same file name and the same extension. Okay, why it was simply done, because there was no check validations which was present to basically restrict these new file upload which we are doing with the same file name. Okay, next what we can do is like a remote code execution. So remote code execution is like a dream for many attackers. So because it will allow the attacker to have a full execution control over that particular server. Okay, it allows hackers to execute malicious code on the server, and after uploading malicious file there, they can effectively enable full control over the server, because this malicious code will give the attacker the control over the server, and then they can fire multiple commands after that, and they can take full control. They can get the full information from that particular server. Okay, there are two types of shells which we can use to achieve remote code execution on a web server. The first one is your web shell, and the second one is your reverse shell. Okay, so first of all, I'll try to show you what a web shell is, and then we can later on can execute a reverse shell. Okay, so let's go back to the website and we'll try to upload a web shell to our web server which is having this file upload vulnerability. Okay, so here we are at this particular website. What we will try to do, first of all, we'll try to upload a normal image to check if file upload is getting uploaded, file is normally getting uploaded or not. Okay, so here we are. What I'll just click on the select file. Okay, and we'll go to this downloads and we'll try to upload this file which we downloaded earlier. Okay, so just click on it and now I'll just upload it. Okay, once I upload it, you can see on the bottom right the message file uploaded successfully, means our file upload functionality is working fine. Next, before uploading a web shell or reverse shell, what is needed is basically to know the location where our files are getting uploaded, because to execute the web shell, the basic necessity is the basic process we can say is, first we will basically create a web shell, second we'll upload a web shell, third we will activate the web shell. Okay, and to activate the web shell, we first have to go to that particular file to get the web shell in the active mode. Once a web shell will be activated, then we can basically click on that particular web shell and we can execute our commands. Okay, so let's try to identify the location where files are getting uploading first of all. For that, I'll just open a terminal Okay, and for that I'll use a tool called Gobuster. Okay, so if you do not know about Gobuster, you just let me know in the comments. I'll make a separate video like how Gobuster works. So Gobuster is your directory enumeration tool, so it's like your enumeration tool which will help you with finding out the information related to server and all. Okay, so I will not go into details how Gobuster works and all in this current video. Just let me know in the comments. I'll make a separate video how this Gobuster things work, and we can identify different things with the help of this particular tool. Okay, so for now, what I'll do, I'll just click on Gobuster directory mode. We'll try to provide the path. We'll give a directory word means word list. Okay, and you can see this has started doing the enumeration part. I can see there are different URLs which I received. So I have got few URL that is resources, parameter, and this is asset. So I'll just stop this scanning here, and we'll just try to see if I can access the resources in asset folder, and then we can check the file which I uploaded, at mountains.jpg file which I uploaded, if that file is present inside this or not. Okay, so I'll go back to the browser, open a different tab. Okay, I can see the file which I uploaded, the mountains.jpg file, it is present here. Okay, so this is basically present inside the resources folder. So now we have done the POC part. We have uploaded a sample file. We have checked the location where this file is getting uploaded. Now what I'll do, I'll try to upload a web shell, and then we will try to execute the web shell. Okay, so before that we'll have to create a web shell which we can upload it. So there are different ways of creating a web shell. We can basically create our own customized web shell, or either we can use a we can use a tool called Weavly to generate a web shell. uh, we want to know more about like how we can use Weavly tool to generate, what all we can do that with Weavly tool. Just let me know in the comments. I'll make a different video around it. For now, as a part of this video, I'm just creating a custom simple easy PHP shell. Okay, so for that what I'll do, I'll just create a file. I'll just call it web shell with .php. Okay, go to insert mode, and so what I'm doing here is I'm just creating a PHP file. I'm just echoing the commands which I will pass on to the particular server, and we will basically get the content of that particular command. So whatever this command will be executed, and whatever response we will receive, that response will be printed out. Okay, so this is a simple web shell which we are creating. I'm just saving the file, just check the content. Okay, so this is also correct. So I'll just try to upload this web shell.php, then we will just try to exploit it. Okay, I'll go back to browser. Here I'll go to this execution. We'll try to select this particular file which I created, this web shell, and we'll just try to upload it. Now we can see again I got the message, this file upload successfully. Okay, I'll go to this resources, try to refresh it, and I can see this web shell.php is present here. So now I'll try to open it into a new tab. Okay, so here you can see there is nothing, there is no error and nothing. This means this web shell is basically present on the server. Okay, now what we can do, if we want to try to execute commands, you can just have to append the parameters inside it. Okay, so cmd equal to id. Okay, so no command, try to execute a command id, but we didn't get any output. Okay, so what I'll do, first of all, I'll try to check my php file which I created again. I'll go back to terminal. Okay, Okay, I can see like I have made a mistake. I have just provided incorrect syntax. So what I'll do, I'll try to modify this file. Then we will upload this file again. I'll go to insert mode. Okay, and what I'll do, I'll rename it to some different file. Let's suppose I'll rename it to webshell1.php. Now again, we'll try to upload it. Go to this website, select this file, upload this webshell.php, just upload it. We can see this file uploaded successfully. Go to this, refresh it, and just open it in a new tab. Okay, this webshell.php has been uploaded. Now I'll try to provide a command to it, and we can see our command got executed. Okay, so that was a minor glitch. I'm sorry for that. And because of that particular syntax error in the file web shell which we created. Okay, so we can see we executed a web shell, we uploaded a web shell, then we reached to particular location where web shell was present, and then we executed that particular web shell. Okay, similarly we can upload some other commands. We can try to execute some other commands also. Here you can see I first executed this id command, then the ls command, then the present working directory command. Okay, so in as per this id command, I can see this command executed this. Under the ls command, this basically lists down all the things, files which are present, and in the present pwd command, when we executed this, it basically provided the present working directory where we have executed this command. So this is how we can execute a web shell. We can upload a web shell, then execute different commands once our web shell is uploaded. Okay, this is the first manner. Okay, second is your reverse shell. Like similarly, we uploaded a web shell. We can upload a reverse shell, and then we can try to make a connection with a server, with an vulnerable server, and then we can execute different commands to take control of that particular server. Okay, so let's see how we can upload a reverse shell, and then how we can execute the commands onto that. Okay, let me close all of this. First of all, we'll create a reverse shell. Okay. So if you know, so if you do not know about like what is reverse shell and all, you can just Google it out. It is very easy. So what reverse shell is, basically it try to create a backdoor connection to your particular web server so that it can help you out in making a connection to that server so that you can execute your commands. As a part of this video, I'm using a reverse shell which is already being provided by this under this Kali. There is a shell which is already present. So I'll just copy this particular shell into my current directory where I am present already. Like first of all, I'll do this pwd. I can see I am under this root folder. So what I'll do, I'll just copy that particular shell to my current directory. Okay, I'll go and we'll give the name to this particular shell which I'm copying. Okay, just list down the content. I can see this php reverse shell.php is present here. Now what I'll have to do, I'll have to provide a particular file. This particular reverse shell will be sending us the commands. Okay, so for that I'll do this ifconfig. I can see this ip 10.10.120.76, and I can upload a command ip there. Okay, also what we can check, the port number which is present there. Okay, so if we'll just notice below the IP address, there is a port number which was also present. Okay, so the default port number is 1234. Okay, you can use the same 1234 port number, or you can use some different port number also. So mostly we can try to use a port number which are readily usable by websites, like a port number 80, port 443, because these are generally not blocked by firewall and these can be easily used. But these random ports can be blocked by firewall, and sometimes you will not it is possible that you might not be getting the connection back. Okay, so try to use a easily usable port which are not generally locked. For now I'm using this 1234 as a default port. Okay, so I have created this particular reverse shell. So next thing what I'll do, I'll turn on a listener, the netcat listener on my machine. So what the listener will do, it will listen for all the connections which is coming to this particular IP. Okay, so this particular IP and this particular port number, it will try to listen all those but connections. I'll go back to this particular website, try to select a file, try to upload this PHP reverse shell. We'll click on upload, and I can see this file uploaded successfully. Okay, I'll go to again this HTTP resource folder. I can see this PHP reverse shell present is here. Okay, so I'll just open it in a new tab, and you can see this this file is not opening properly. It is just loading here. Okay, because what is happening, it has initiated a connection, and if I'll go to this terminal, I can see that this netget listener has listened for a connection, and I can see this terminal being loaded here. So now I'm having the connection with that particular server, and now I can execute the commands. So let's suppose I'm trying to execute a command, who am I? Okay, it gave me the particular result. Similarly, I can execute command ls, I can execute command pwt. So in this manner, we had uploaded a reverse shell onto a vulnerable server, and now we can execute the commands whatever we need as per our requirement. Okay, so these are the two ways by which we uploaded we can execute remote code execution on a web server, either by uploading a web shell or by uploading a reverse shell. Okay, that's all in this video. In the next few videos, I will talk more about exploiting flaw in present in the file upload vulnerabilities, different filterings present at client or server side to prevent the file upload vulnerability. Also, I'll talk about different mitigation measures to avoid this file upload vulnerability. Okay, so please do like the video, share this video with your friends and colleagues, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, Ethical Groups. Okay, I'll see you all in the next video to continue with this file upload vulnerability. Okay, thanks all.